What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZORA today. It is the 30th day of March, and here we are at about 1.45 cents with roughly 6 days and 11 hours left in this week. It's more like 10 hours left. Yeah, we got 10 hours, 12 minutes left in this day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Talking about ZORA today because I think it's important to get our minds right and get set up for this potential bounce that's coming. We've been waiting for the price to come down to this area because it doesn't really make sense to get excited. It made sense to get excited here where we had prior resistance, and we did get a little excited, right? We had a little bit of a bounce there, but we just found resistance at prior support, and we've been bearish ever since, right? My expectation, we were even bearish before then, right? We were bearish back in like late December, January, something like that, or early January, late December. But anyways, this area is clearly a good area to accumulate. I mean, we've been dropping this whole time, and not a whole lot of volume has come in. So I do expect that you'll see some type of rapid upside recovery. That's the word I was looking for. There's a lot of selling pressure that's taken place, right? And it's slowly but surely dying off. Nothing moves in a straight line up or down, right? And if it does, that's when you get this intense volatility. I do expect that we'll see some intense volatility to the upside like we did here, probably from this zone. Now, the thing is, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I really wouldn't be surprised if from this area we saw a pump that took us back to like the high points of this area, something that was on the lines of, maybe a 70%, 42% pump or more. It could be more, and we'll get into that, but it all depends on where we bounce from. I don't think that we're bouncing from here. I think we're going lower, and with that, we could go a sizable amount lower. There's a scenario here where we could drop, another 36% or so. This is a buying zone. This is a good time to start DCAing into ZORA if you're looking into it for the next cycle or for any kind of recovery at all, which I definitely am. But understand that you're at the top upper limits here, technically not even at the threshold yet for where that buying would take place. This video is more not to say like buy here, though if you want to, I think we're at really good prices to buy. It's more to say put you on notice of getting close to the most ideal areas to accumulate ZORA if you're looking to accumulate some. Looking from a low here to a high, we have gone below our golden ratio. We've also assumed that this area would be appropriate because of the 786, 886 area, right? Typically with the 786, you either do find support right on it or you don't. And the fact that we haven't makes me think that we could go deeper into this zone and maybe closer to the 886. Just because we didn't bounce off the 786 doesn't mean we can't bounce here. Doesn't mean that we have to go to the 886. But likely we do see, I think, some sort of penetration through the zone, and we likely do get a little bit lower. There's other areas of concern or other areas of interest, like this weekly low close here. So right there, kind of in the heart of that zone, there's these weekly high closes here and wicking resistances here, right around the 886. I think, we're at 1.45 cents right now. We probably do go below 1.4 cents. We might even go as low as 1.1 cents, something in that kind of area. So just as a realm of expectations of what's possible here, I do think we go below 1.4. I don't really know if we go below 1.1, but something nonetheless in that area. We could go below, just barely below 1.1, but lower nonetheless. We are getting to the end of this, and if we think about it in this kind of sense, from this fib, there's multiple paths that we can go on. So assuming that we do go, let's say right below 1.4, let's just put it at like 1.36, because I think that we would at least hit that. You would at least expect to go back to the golden ratio, which again is right where we found resistance before. It's right where the wick is here. You can't really see it because it's covered up by the 618, but right there, that'd be a 76% pump. At least come back to find some resistance at prior support. That might be a 51% pump if you catch the right buy, or more if it does go lower. And that's why we DCA. If we do see a more substantial bounce, from these areas, from the 786, 886 area, it's very common to go between the 0.5 and the 382. So that could promote a bounce that's anywhere from 140% to 250%. And that makes sense as well because we have prior resistance here and support right here. It's our 382.5 area. So I could really see that happening as well. We take this from an overall, we get rid of this fib now. We delete that. We take the overall high to the overall low, and the presumed low, at the moment would be here. If we go lower, these lines only get lower. So let's just say, let's be pessimistic. Let's say we go all the way down to the 886, which would be just below 001, or it'd be just below 1.1 cent. I'm sorry, like right there. That would be the 886 line from this low to this high. You see how this line right here, it's right on the 886 there. You can't even see it. It's like basically the exact right there, smack dab. It goes from gray to green because it's right there. Let's say we go all the way down. That would give us, that would make these targets the lowest they could possibly be, because if I put it up any higher, those targets go higher. So if anything, This is completely inappropriate. This is not the way that you're supposed to use the fibs, but it is a conservative approach when we're trying to peer into a future that's not yet clear. Okay, so we're taking the conservative approach. So in this inappropriate way of using the fibs, I think it's the more appropriate way to do it. If again, it's inappropriate because we don't have the low yet. So these numbers might not be entirely accurate. In fact, I would expect them not to be. But let's assume again you don't kill it. You're not buying at the most ideal point, but you're just buying somewhere in between here and there, right around 1.3 cents. Okay. The 382 is a standard procedure, and that, I mean, as far as price action goes, it doesn't really make sense in my opinion to go there. So that would be about 130% move. The golden ratio is also a standard procedure, and that would be anything from like 317 to 400% move. That'd be a pretty big move in itself to go up to the golden ratio. So, between the 382 and the golden ratio, somewhere in this zone like this, that's what I expect. We'll probably see that recovery. And that's why, again, I think that over the coming month, maybe over the coming weeks, we're going to see some of the most ideal areas to buy. And this might be a really nice, easy swing to catch if you're just looking to buy and sell on spot price action alone. I don't really have anything else to say. Most of this, I think, is self-explanatory. I expect the price to go a little bit lower. Things look bearish here. I'm not really too excited. The MACD was very green for a while, and we slowly were moving down. Now that we're red, I'm assuming that we'll probably pick up the pace. Early April is whenever we'll probably find our low, if not mid-April. And I would think that maybe going into May or June, we might see some recovery here. So that's the expectation. If it takes longer, it takes longer, whatever. If we go lower, we go lower, and it's only a better opportunity to buy. But again, that's why we're dollar cost averaging. I'm not doing it yet. I would say for me, if you want to buy here, fine. Don't let me stop you. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But for me personally, I would say that that anywhere below 1.4 cents is a open door policy as far as buying goes. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.